Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. For today's video I'm going to do a little update video because actually tomorrow it'll be like 4 weeks since Ellie started school, and I thought that a little update video would be good. Ellie had a transitional day at school, and that was all the way back in June of 2025, so a good few months before she was actually due to start school properly. And then she actually started school for real life, as Ellie would say, on the 3rd of September 2025. And the transitional day in June actually went really well. Ellie left school that day feeling really like happy about school and excited, and the teacher said she'd been great, which was awesome. I'll look at her on a morning when, you know, I'm helping her get changed and ready for school and putting her uniform on, and I just look at her in a uniform. I'm like, oh my gosh, so precious. Like, she looks so cute in her school uniform, and I just can't believe how quick time flies, you know. It was really difficult actually for me to get my head around the fact that Ellie had finished nursery and was heading to school, because the thing is, you guys, like, she went to nursery, yeah, but she wasn't there all that much. She was there 3 days a week. She went Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and those days were only half days, so that meant that I was actually just still seeing her a lot. However, now that she's at school, obviously she's there like 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and she's gone like most of the day. It was just really like strange to me. And it's took me a long time to get my head around the fact that, oh my gosh, Ellie's at school, I have a child actually in school. As a parent, you just hope that you've made the right decision with the school that you've chosen for your child, and all of these questions go around your head of like, is she going to be okay? Is she going to get bullied? Is she going to fit in? Is she going to make friends? Like, is she going to enjoy school? In terms of actually Ellie, from what I can gather from what she says, she does enjoy school. We have had some good days and some bad days, to be quite honest with you guys. Ellie does struggle a lot with like changes to her routine. She struggled a lot settling into nursery, and basically with nursery, because she was only there for like, what was it, 7 or 8 months or something. She turned 3 in May of 2024, and then obviously started nursery in September 2024. And she obviously then finished nursery in June 2025. So that's not even a full year that she was at nursery for. And I feel like with Ellie, she was just really starting to settle in to nursery, and then it was time for her to go to school, you know. She can struggle though in social situations. She can struggle to socialize, especially in like a new environment where there's been like such a big change to like her routine and stuff. She can struggle, and she's quite a quiet child as well, and I feel like sometimes because she kind of is quiet, she like gets left out of a lot of things. Like, for example, when she was at nursery, she spoke about a couple of kids that she was friends with at nursery, but she was never invited to any birthday parties. She wasn't invited to anything basically, and it would be really horrible when I would be standing with her in line on ready to go into nursery on a morning, on all of the parents and their children would be talking about the party that they'd had over the weekend and how fun and cool it was, and Ellie would kind of be looking up at me like, what party, mummy? I didn't know of any party. And as a parent, you just feel really sad for your child, because it's like, you know, it's a bit heartbreaking, because she'd be left out of a lot of things. Whereas at school seems to be a bit better in terms of like, she's already been invited to 2 birthday parties at school, which is good, but she still struggles to socialize, and even, you know, her teachers have picked up on that. You know, we've had good days and bad days. There's times where it's just like, teachers, I'll go to pick her up and the teachers will say like, today's been a bad day, we've noticed this and this. Teachers have picked up on a few things that they're going to keep an eye on. At the minute with school, it's very much like, we're just taking one day at a time and going from there, and seeing what the situation is, how she settles in, all that sort of stuff. I'm much preferring the pickups and the drop-offs at school than nursery, Nursery was good because nursery was like a much smaller setting, whereas obviously school is a lot bigger, there's a lot more kids to deal with. However, nursery I found was extremely cliquey. There were a lot of people who maybe had been taking their child to that particular nursery for years before me and Ellie came in. I didn't speak really to anybody at nursery because it was very, very cliquey and a lot of people didn't really bother to talk to me. And it was just like awkward sometimes. Then at school, obviously you are going to get people, parents who already know each other because maybe their child has gone to nursery at the school. Obviously Ellie didn't, she went to a different nursery. But yeah, you're going to get parents who are a little bit pally. However, on the grand scheme of things, I just feel a lot more comfortable at school with the pickups and the drop-offs. I actually talked to a few of the mums as well, which is nice. And the atmosphere in general is just a lot more relaxed, a lot more friendly, a lot less cliquey. I think so far Ellie's enjoying school. She says that she likes her teachers and stuff like that, which is good. Teachers have noticed that she struggles to participate in some of the lessons, which means unfortunately she's already a little bit behind in her learning. However, teachers are working hard to try and keep her engaged. That's the thing with Ellie, she's always been like that from like when she was really, really small. If she's not interested in something, she literally will switch off. I do feel like school has helped mine and Ellie's relationship as mother and daughter, because I feel like because my husband works a lot of the time, you know, when Ellie was a newborn and then she was a toddler and I was, you know, for nursery and stuff, it was mainly just me and her day in, day out together, because my husband would be at work. And I feel like it did kind of get to a point where she kind of felt more like she was stuck with me rather than wanting to be with me. So I feel like because she's like, you know, spending time away from me at school, when she finishes school and on weekends when she's not at school, I feel like she really wants to spend time with me and she enjoys spending time with me a lot more now, which is really, really nice, rather than feeling like she's kind of stuck with me, you know. So yeah, that's a really good thing actually that I've noticed since she started school. It's early days still, she's still getting used to things, but yeah, we're just seeing how things go day by day. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Thanks again, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.